Section 25B, Profession of Arms. 25.2, the Profession of Arms. The Air Force and airmen wield our nation's most powerful and responsive weapons systems. Every member of the Air Force team is entrusted with the responsibility of preserving United States national security. We provide vital skills to ensure the Air Force is ready to answer our nation's call. The trust placed by the nation in us rests upon confidence in the character and competency of the men and women who serve. To continue this trust, we must maintain and project power within the boundaries of a very sacred and honored Air Force ideal, one based on our core values to develop and inspire airmen within the profession of arms. Whether in war or peace, at home or abroad, on or off duty, airmen must hold true to the sacred trust our institution requires. This level of trust demonstrates respect to all fellow airmen, strives to bring out the best version of each of us, commits to a higher calling of service, and maintains the honor our standards demand. As airmen, we continually seek to deepen and foster our commitment to high personal standards of conduct. Ultimately, we value who we are as airmen within the profession of arms and demonstrate our commitment to service as our hallmark to shape and sustain the Air Force culture today and well into the future. 25.3, Profession of Arms Center of Excellence. The Profession of Arms Center of Excellence, PACE, developed as an Air Force-level center in 2015, is responsible for collaborating and coordinating an Air Force institutional-wide professionalism strategy, standardizing and synchronizing Air Force professionalism courses, building and providing world-class tools for local use, and enhancing unit climate assessments with professionalism solutions. PACE is a collaborative institute that helps bring together, communicate with, and support the best practices of multiple agencies across the Air Force who share the effort of enhancing our human capital. PACE champions the Air Force's focused commitment to developing areas of professionalism, growth, and leadership for all airmen, enriching and enhancing the Air Force profession of arms. Air Force profession of arms defined. The Air Force profession of arms, the context, is a vocation comprised of experts in the design, generation, support, and application of global vigilance, global reach, and global power, serving under civilian authority, entrusted to defend the Constitution and accountable to the American people. Air Force professional defined. The Air Force professional, the identity, is an airman, regular Air Force, Reserve, Guard, or civilian who is a trusted servant to our nation, who demonstrates unquestionable competence, adheres to the highest ethical standards, and is a steward of the future of the Air Force profession. Air Force professionalism defined. Air Force professionalism, the spirit, is a personal commitment and loyalty to Air Force standards and expectations framed within an environment of shared trust, guided by the Air Force core values. Air Force professionalism is a shared belief in and a commitment to honorable service. 25.4, The Airman's Perspective. The Airman's Perspective is a broad, encompassing framework for thinking about present and future warfare. The Airman's Perspective is shaped by what we know and believe about the use of military force in 4 dimensions: speed, range, altitude, and time, and in relation to the air and space operating environment. Airmen are essential to the Air Force institution and the successful execution of the mission. Understanding and actively advocating the airman's perspective on the use of air power is important and gives airmen a distinct advantage when performing the mission. Airmen not only bring knowledge, skills, and abilities to accomplish the mission, but also bring a unique manner of approaching mission accomplishment through air-mindedness. 25.5 Airmanship Mindset. In the Air Force, enlisted members, officers, and civilians are all airmen. As airmen, we are part of a professional subculture, and we demonstrate various disciplines in defense of our nation. What exactly is air-mindedness, or an airmanship mindset? First, mindset is a mental disposition or attitude that predetermines one's responses and interpretations of situations. And, in the case of airmanship, that mental disposition or attitude is what we think and how we feel about membership in the profession of arms, which is in turn reflected in our behavior and serves to guide us in proudly exhibiting the highest levels of professional service to our country. Standards, responsibilities, and the readiness to perform perpetuate the Air Force culture and provide a clear picture of what is expected of airmen. A genuine belief in the oath of enlistment, internalizing the Air Force core values as our own, committing to the profession of arms, and possessing an unstoppable determination known as warrior ethos are the hallmarks of the airmanship mindset. 25.6 Strategic Roadmap. As stated in the Strategic Roadmap USAF Profession of Arms, the profession of arms requires unique expertise to fulfill our collective responsibility to the American people. Our profession is defined by our values, ethics, standards, skills, and attributes. Our expertise in the justified application of lethal military force and the willingness of those who do serve to die for our nation distinguishes us as the Air Force Profession of Arms. Professionalism Vision. Airmen who do the right thing, the right way, for the right reason. Professionalism Mission. Leaders forging professional airmen who embody integrity, service, and excellence. Professionalism Goals, Aspirations, and Inspirations. Vision. The Strategic Roadmap defines vision as a mental image of the future, the preferred end state, including how to approach the customer and satisfy the mission, how services are delivered, and how to organize and manage people and other resources. The future of the Air Force rests on the degree to which we can continue to attract, recruit, develop, and retain individuals committed to the profession of arms. Airmen must be trusted professionals with exemplary character, judgment, and competence who hold themselves and their fellow airmen accountable. Mission. The Strategic Roadmap defines mission as a fundamental reason for being, a purpose of the organization or effort, and why it exists beyond present-day operations. Every airman, those who are leaders and those who aspire to lead, will be vital to the process of developing our personnel. The Air Force will proactively develop each airman within a professional culture requiring the highest degree of commitment toward institutional standards. Our standards require airmen to make the right choices guided by our core values at all times. Goals. The Strategic Roadmap defines goals as an expression of the desired future state of the Air Force in a particular area or theme. Goals define and prioritize broad direction and are inherently long-term in nature, can be achieved by meeting objectives, and lead to desired effects that lead to achieving an expected outcome. Goal 1. Inspire a strong commitment to the profession of arms. Professionalism is based on a shared commitment to standards and Air Force core values. Professionals fully understand and embrace the sacred trust the decision to join the profession of arms requires. On and off duty, in peace and in war, airmen embrace and live by the standards our institution requires. Goal 2. promote the right mindset to enhance effectiveness and trust. Professionalism is based on one's commitment to the organization and its shared objectives. Serving as an airman, whether on regular Air Force status, the Reserve, Guard, or as a civilian, is not just a job. It's a profession. We have been given the sacred trust of the American people, and that trust is maintained only when airmen perform with integrity and character. To meet this expectation, all airmen must build their lives and shape our service on the foundation of our Air Force core values. All airmen must develop and sustain a positive attitude, enhance the understanding of air power, and develop professional perspectives that will create and maintain the future force. Goal 3. Foster relationships that strengthen an environment of trust. Trust is the foundation of the profession of arms. How we treat one another and how we strive to bring out the best version of our people will determine our ability to meet our shared objective of the United States national security. As a service, providing opportunities to build healthy relationships through the force requires leadership to appropriately prioritize resources and provide clear expectations and guidance at all levels. Goal 4. Enhance a culture of shared identity, dignity, and respect. The Air Force must strengthen its identity through airmen first and through occupational specialty second. Airmen must understand their role in the enduring connection between air power and national security. Within this shared identity, we must embrace a culture that preserves human dignity as a mission imperative.